these products have helped me, it's been really rewarding, okay? And so that also shows that it's something that you really believe in and are passionate about, and it's important to you. And so it's not just something that you're trying to sell them, it's something that you're really passionate about. So it's very important to make sure you're doing that every day. It's also important to know that, it is your Facebook page, so you want to make sure that you're still posting about yourself. I thought it was really interesting, a fact that I had read where people were saying that the most successful Plexus ambassadors, they post every single day, but only 30% of their posts are about Plexus. So that means 2/3 of what they're posting about has nothing to do with Plexus, yet still people are coming to them and wanting to start the products and join their team from what they're seeing. And so, yeah, these are your friends and they want to know about you. So sometimes I find like, yeah, my life's boring. I go to work and, you just do the same things each day, day in and day out. But try to find something cute or funny or unique to share with people about what you're doing that day. Also, super important when you're sharing on Facebook, really, once again, your friends care about you. And so whenever you're sharing, people want to know how is Plexus helping you. And so, think about it. Like, how are you feeling that day? Did you get great sleep last night? Were you super proud that you could walk past that box of cupcakes at work today? I mean, what was it that you felt Plexus helped you with today? And people love to see pictures, before and after pictures. They just work, okay? So the other thing is, too, a lot of people are struggling with the same things that you were struggling with, and they're looking for a trusted person. And you are trusted to them. Like, they know you. They love you. And so you can turn to them. Well, let them know that they can turn to you as a trusted source, okay? And the other thing I always think of, too, is when they reach out for more info about how Plexus can help them, you want them to think of you. So how, making sure that you're posting those personal testimonies is super important. The other thing that I wanted to go over with you guys is to know your audience and think about, really, who do you know? Are your friends people who are they still in college? I know with me, I'm a young mom in my 30s, so a lot of the people that I'm friends with are also young moms in their 30s, and we're working and we're tired, and what are the things that we're dealing with? Or you may be in retirement and you may have friends who are going through menopause. What is it that you see? And I noticed that I see friends posting about headaches, and they're tired, and their thyroid problems, and they're struggling to get pregnant. So guess what? I pay attention to that, and I have chosen to post testimonies that speak directly to that. The other thing, too, is, I haven't seen a lot of people post about eczema issues, or there's some things that are kind of private that people don't want to share, but they still may be struggling with. And so don't assume that just because you're not seeing that as a concern, that there may not be someone that you know who may be struggling with that. Because I thought it was really interesting. I made a post a couple weeks ago about eczema and how the Plexus body cream was so helpful for that. And I think I had 3 to 5 people contact me that day wanting more info. And I'm like, wow, I mean, that's nothing I'd ever shared about before. That's not something I suffer with personally. That's not something that, anyone in my family suffers with, but I shared it, and people came to me wanting to know more information. So let's see, the next thing, and this is so important, is to expand your audience. And you hear people say all the time, I don't know anybody, I don't work, or I don't really do much, I'm just with my family, but you do know people. So it's something. One thing that I have, I put on here, is a new people to add list on my phone. So if I think of someone that I want to add, that I know I'm not friends with on Facebook, I might not do it right away, but I'll put it on my list, and then later, a couple days later, I'll make sure to find them and add them as a friend. And so, and it's really neat how many new people that I've added as friends over the last 9 months since joining Plexus who have reached out to me wanting to know more. The other thing you want to think of are friends, family members. So I know a lot of my mom's friends. And so, you know, I don't necessarily interact with them a ton, but I see them when I go to my parents' house, and, you know, they'll come over to hang out. So of course I sent them a friend request, and I've had quite a few of my mom's friends want to try out the products as well. People that you may see regularly at your job, or even, you know, people that you may see regularly in church or neighborhood or your kids' schools. You may not be like super great friends with them, and that's okay. You're still acquaintances, you still know them, and I think it's a good, fun way to continue to get to know each other better, and then also a great opportunity to share with them. They're going to be able to see the info about Plexus. So as far as when you are posting on Facebook, and a lot of you guys probably have heard this and know this, but I still see people do it all the time, so I have to talk about it, is whenever you see an awesome post, don't press the share button. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to copy and paste that testimony as your own post. It is totally fine to use someone else's testimony and to share that with your friends and family. Like we talk about, you know, it's really all about duplication, and if it worked for somebody else, it will work for you. But you want to make it your own post. And when I do that, I try to put my own perspective on there as far as why I appreciated that post or what I thought was really awesome, just to kind of draw people in and excite them. So hopefully they'll actually sit and read it, okay? And when you press that share button, it actually limits who can see the post. And to me, it just really seems a lot less personal and genuine if you're sharing what someone else has to say versus making it your own post and it's coming from you. So it's much more effective if you don't press that share button and you really make it your own post. Oh, I love this. This is like so important, okay? So, and I see this all the time, but when I see people post about Plexus, a lot of times I see that they will post graphics. Graphics are basically, you go onto Google and you Google image Plexus and you find a cute picture of, I don't know, like a girl and she's skinny and you know, I mean, just like little cheesy pictures. Graphics they're not personal, and they're really salesy. And so we got to remember that we're in the business of sharing. We're sharing testimonies. We're not in sales. And when you look salesy, you're really turning people off, okay? And so I put this picture on here of Jamie, who is one of the Emerald Ambassadors from Team Eichenhorst as well. And I love this. I shared her testimony a few days ago. And it's a picture of her with the product. And she shared about how X Factor helped with her anemia. And I mean, I had I think at least 3 people message me from that post that I shared of Jamie about how this had helped her anemia. And so anyway, when you share something, a personal picture and how it's working to help you and someone else, how these products are helping you and someone that you know, that's what works to really grow your business and get people interested in the products and interested in what Plexus is all about. And just flat out, honestly, salesy graphics don't work. They're going to start annoying your friends and family because they don't want to be marketed to, okay? It's interesting because this is network marketing. And so we want to have sales, but you can't focus on that. You can't focus on numbers. You can't focus on sales. You've got to focus on the people and the relationships, and you've got to focus on how that these products can help them and this opportunity can help them. And the graphics just aren't going to do it. So, and just to kind of tie along with that, I love the quote that's facts tell and stories sell. So if you're posting a graphic with facts, nobody cares about that. But if you're posting a picture that's engaging and you're posting a story, that's something that's going to work for you. Okay. This kind of goes along with that. My next slide talks about not spamming your Facebook audience. So, we just talked about the salesy graphics, which those are some examples of a few that I would avoid. And you know what? Like, I do want to be honest here and say, when I first started out as a Plexus ambassador, I Google image Plexus and used a lot of these myself. And then I found that it wasn't really working. And so then I paid attention to, okay, what is working for these other people? These people have high PV. I want to know what they're doing. And so, okay, this is what they're doing. So, and the other thing is on here, I put like, don't post 5 Plexus posts in 5 minutes. When you make a post about Plexus, you want it to be really influential. You want it to be something that really speaks to other people. Give it a chance to sit there and to let people see it, to let them like it, to let them comment on it so that other friends and family can see it. If you post 5 at a time, it's obviously you just want to sell them the products. You don't care about telling them a certain testimony. And the same thing goes with don't do 10 Plexus posts a day. Make sure when you are doing a post that it's influential and telling a story, okay? And I really like the question in the bottom. Would somebody else benefit from seeing that post? So is somebody going to benefit from seeing a mustache or an owl? Probably not, but is somebody going to benefit from hearing a story about how someone's anemia has improved, or they were able to conceive an infant when they dealt with infertility issues for years and years? Like, that's something you really want to make sure you are focusing on what could benefit other people, not what could benefit you from a sales point. However, when you focus on benefiting these other people and sharing that, you will benefit from a sales point. This is another thing that I think is really important. When I share a testimony, whether it's a testimony of mine personally or a testimony of someone else's, I think it's really important to do specific focused testimonies. I know when I first started with Plexus, and I would hear that, I'm not on my asthma medicine anymore, and I'm not on acne medication. Like, there's all these, and I'm off my thyroid meds. I'm like, to me, it really sounded like a too good to be true thing. Now that we know, because we've taken these products and we've seen countless testimonies of people who have had improvement of multiple chronic health conditions, we know that that can be true. But from someone who has never taken the products before, hearing that, Plexus helped with my sleep, mood, energy, acne, constipation, migraines, thyroid problems, brain fog, fertility, eczema. I'm not drinking sodas anymore. I don't have any sweet cravings. That seems like really too good to be true, and really overwhelming. And I think it actually builds skepticism as opposed to building belief. And that's what we want to do, is to build belief in our products, in our company, because we know that it's awesome. So like one thing I did, I put on here a picture of, I'm sure y'all have seen it. That was my bottle of Imitrex that I haven't had to use in months and months. And it's just at the bottom of my purse, and you can't even read it anymore because it's been there for months. Whereas I used to have to get, 2 of those filled a month. And then I'll tell you another really effective post was one day I was at the mall and was able to completely walk past the Great American Cookie Company, which that is not something that I was ever able to do before Plexus. It was something that always drew me in, and I had to have my cookie. So when you focus on that one thing, you can really get multiple people paying attention to that and wanting to know, what is it about those products that helped her have the control over her sweets? I want to know more about that. Or someone who suffers from chronic migraine says, I think I want to learn more about that. So anyway, just to, try to make it focused and specific when you are sharing testimonies. This is something that I would recommend you guys do, but you do not have to do. But I do think it's a good idea to make your Plexus post public for a couple of reasons. Number one, it reaches a wider range of people, not just your friends and people, but friends of friends. It reaches the public. It is something that you will have to make that own decision for yourself and be aware that if it's public, that, you may not want to do that. You may want to limit what people can see. But I have found that it's been helpful. I had someone send me a friend request and I ignored it because I don't know who you are. But then they sent me a message through Facebook, and I have no idea who this person is. But he was, you know, really concerned about himself and his wife and all their health issues, and he had seen one of my posts, and he wanted more information. So I emailed him and messaged him today to follow up, and something that they're really looking into. And I know if my posts weren't public, that person wouldn't have seen that, because I don't know who they are, but it's someone who's expressed interest now, so it's worked for me. The other thing is you can allow followers to comment on your posts, not just your friends. So that way it makes it easier for our Plexus friends to help support us. Oh, I love this, making engaging posts. So when you make your post engaging, basically you want to make a post that gets other people to comment on your post and to like it. And when you do that, and you really want your non-Plexus friends to be engaged and to comment and like your post. Because when they do that, it actually links your accounts. And so when they are posting on one of your silly posts, well, you know what, they're more likely to see one of your Plexus posts. So I did one the other day, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. A lot of people have been doing it. It said, "What's your middle name?" And like, do I care what anybody's middle name is? Like, no, not really. But it was fun, and it was something. I think I had 100 people comment on that one post about your middle name. And so, you know, it's fun, and it's a good way to kind of make sure that more people are able to see your post. Okay, so anyway, and the other thing too is people have opinions, and they like to give advice. So if you're ever wondering, like, hey, gosh, I can't figure out where I want to go to dinner tonight, or mommy questions about, you know, dealing with toddlers and bedtime issues, like, people want to share about what they did that helped. And so pose an open-ended question like that to get people to share their opinion and to share their advice. And so I put a picture on here too about if you can like the picture with your nose, because that was another fun one that I did that I found a lot of people enjoyed it actually doing. Okay. So let's see. This talks about engaging with friends and family about non-Plexus things through Facebook. It's super important. These are your friends and family, and you need to let them know that you care, because you do. And also, as we mentioned earlier, with having engaging posts, when you're engaging on their posts, that also helps to link your accounts so that they're more likely to see your Plexus posts as well. So take the time, take 10 minutes in the morning and wish everyone who has a birthday that day, wish them happy birthday. Do it. It links your accounts. They're more likely to be seeing your Plexus post, so it's an important thing to do. And if you have a friend who had a new baby or just something exciting going on, even if it's not even a big deal, like maybe it's, you know, they got they got flowers at work that day and it was sweet, like, just comment on it. One thing that you can do that I always do is, guess what? Then I turn off notifications for that post, because I think a lot of people don't want to comment on posts because they don't want to get the notifications all day. So just turn off the notifications. That's totally an option to where you're not overwhelmed with their comments all day. So, this talks about engaging your non-Plexus audience, which, as I'm sure a lot of you see, as you get more involved with Plexus and make more Plexus friends. A lot of times when I look at my newsfeed, it seems like that's all I see is Plexus. And it's interesting because, you know, there's still people out there who don't know about Plexus. And when you're seeing so many posts every day, you're like, how do you not know? But they don't. So one thing that you can do in order to make sure that you are not just seeing your Plexus friends post and you're also seeing your people who are potentials is that you can make lists. And basically you just, now, and this is not a group, like, don't put them in a group of non-Plexus friends, because that's going to be like ostracizing, okay? It's a list. It basically is a way to organize your friends list. And so, yeah, and when you have your list of non-Plexus friends, you can go through there regularly and comment on their posts, and that will help to make sure that they're still seeing your posts regularly as well, okay? This is my personal opinion. This next slide is, this is nothing that anybody else I've ever heard talk or tell about it, but it's my opinion, is that I'm not a fan of Plexus pages because, and what I'm talking about is when you make your own page just for your Plexus business, okay? Because really, to me, it seems salesy, like you're trying to market something to them, and really people don't want to be marketed to, okay? So you've got to do it in a way where you're not seeming salesy. And I think it's totally, I mean, there's so many people who are able to be successful by sharing these products and this opportunity on their own page as a story. I mean, your page is really the story kind of like of your life and what's going on in your life. And so you don't need an actual business page in order to be successful. You just need your page and to tell that story and to be personal and reach other people. Let's see. Oh, this is really important too. And I know a lot of you guys know this, but I still see it happen all the time. So it's really important to stay positive through social media. And I mean, realistically, yes, we all have bad days, okay? Life is not perfect for any one of us. We may feel life is a lot better now that we're on our Plexus products, but life isn't perfect. And so if you're having a bad day, call your mom or your best friend or talk, just don't vent about it on Facebook. It's just not the appropriate way. And it's going to hurt you in the long run. It's going to hurt your Plexus business in the long run. Okay. And I have to tell this to myself. If I'm in a grumpy mood and I'm like, gosh, I need to make a Facebook post. I need to make sure, well, you know what? Sometimes it's like, if I don't have anything nice to say, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to wait until I'm through that situation. I'm feeling better, and then I'll make sure to do something more positive. And that does not mean that you need to be fake. If you truly are going through a really tough time, it is okay to share that with other people, but in a way that's not angry or bitter venting, but in a way that's saying like, hey, I'm reaching out to you as my friends and my family and my loved ones, and I need help. I need prayers, whatever that may be, okay? So it is okay to let others know if you are having a bad day, but you really just want to be aware of how you're sharing that with others. And to really think, is this helping or hurting your business? So like one thing is you don't want to say, you don't want your bad days to contradict your testimony is how I think about it. Okay. So like one thing is I don't deal with chronic migraines anymore. But, sometimes I will occasionally get a little headache. And so I have found that the Ease Cream will help with that. Now, that is okay to share that your Ease Cream is helping, but you really just want to be careful and make sure, and you're being honest, but just make sure that those bad days aren't contradicting your testimony. Like if you tell someone that you have conquered your soda addiction, like don't post a picture of you and your Diet Coke. Like that just doesn't, and it may have been a cheat day and you hardly ever drink Diet Coke, okay? Like that's totally, but just don't post that. Just don't share that. So it's just stuff to think about. This is something that I have done on this next slide here that has been really helpful to me. I paid attention to who were the Plexus rock stars. So when we would have each month, when Laura and Melissa would say, who's got the highest PV, I wanted to know who those people were. I wanted to send them a friend request or follow them. And people were making rank advancements. They were hitting gold and senior gold. I saw that they were actually being really successful in this business. I wanted to know who they were and what they were doing. And I wanted to do what they were doing because it's really what this is all about. I mean, it's really all about duplication. And if it worked for Laura and if it worked for Melissa and it worked for Melanie and it worked for Sarah Marble, like it's going to work for you too. And so, like I said earlier, we all have the same slate to work with. And so it's really what you do with it. And so you've got to be smart about it. You do have to be a little strategic about it. But when you do, it really works. So, and through that, I was able, like within a few months, it's like able to hit top PV through these teams. And I wasn't doing anything special. I'd still work full time. I make a post before work. or I would do something at lunchtime. But like what I did was I made sure that when I made a post, it was effective. It told a story and it drew people in. It was focused and it wasn't salesy, and that's what works. So I put on here also that to take screenshots of interesting posts to use later. That's something else that I do if I find something that I really like. But I mean, sometimes you'll scroll through and you'll find like 10 awesome posts. Well, I'm not going to post 10 posts at one time, but I don't want to forget about them. So I'll just take a screenshot on my phone and save the picture, and then I'll copy and paste it as in my own post in a day or two. And then on the last one here, I did want to share about love threads, which basically when you're first starting out and you really want others to see your post, it is okay to ask for help. That's something that I did a lot initially on the team pages. And you also want to make sure that you're friending other people who are on your team so that way they can see your posts, and that way you guys can support each other. I mean, that's what it's all about. We've talked about One Plexus, and we are here to support each other. And as we support each other, we all end up benefiting from that. So there's also a group page called Plexus Ambassadors. Like and comment on my post. And so you can search for that, and you can ask to join that if you'd like to. So yeah, let's see. I don't know how long we've been on here. I hope I didn't ramble too much. Lauren, what do you think about like opening it up to questions now? I didn't really touch on products yet, but I didn't know, I guess to talk about products a little bit, the biggest things that I like people to know are really making sure you focus on three things, that you know three things about these products. They help with blood sugar stability, they help with gut health, and they help with inflammation. And when you are tackling those three issues, you're going to be helping the majority of the health issues that people are dealing with, okay? Definitely, probably all of us are on the triplex combo, but you need to know the triplex combo. You need to know what they are. You need to know a one-liner about each of those products, that the Plexus Slim helps with blood sugar stability, that the BioCleanse is a magnesium supplement that helps decrease inflammation in the body and oxygenates the body better. And it also helps to gently cleanse the GI tract of toxins. And our ProBio 5, of course, you let them know it's 5 strains of good bacteria they're putting in their GI tract, along with a blend of enzymes that actually breaks down that overgrowth of the bad flora in the GI tract. And that really that's the key, because no other probiotic has those blend of enzymes to actually get rid of that bad flora. So those are like the 3 main things you really do need to know to share with other people. And I totally don't mind answering any other questions about products or anything like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, do y'all have any product questions while we have Heather on here?
Or even Facebook questions too. You can open it up in a chat, or
you can either unmute yourself or chat it.
Yourself. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and ask a question, or okay. Oh, thank you, Melanie. I hope it was effective.
It was awesome.
Okay. It's interesting having a conversation, and so I feel like I'm having a conversation with you guys, but nobody else is talking to me, and I'm not used to talking so long without someone talking back to me. So hopefully it was effective.
It was awesome. Does anybody have any questions at all?
I have a question.
Yeah.
My name is Brenda. I've actually been having trouble. I don't know if it's just my phone, my Android, but anytime I see a good post, my phone for some reason won't let me copy and paste it. I don't know if you guys have a trick for that.
I mean, I have an iPhone, and so to me it's really easy. I just I just save the pic to my camera roll, and then you just hold down on the text until it turns gray, and you press the copy button, and that's it. And then you can paste it easily. So I have no idea with Droids though.
I tried that so many times and it just doesn't work, and it's frustrating. So I'm like, does someone have an Android that can do it?
I don't know. I know there was someone on my team who was saying something about like it's not as easy to copy and paste post with a Droid versus the iPhone. I mean, my suggestion would be to just do it on your computer. I know that's kind of annoying, but if you don't have a mobile device that's simple, then I would just try to do it that way. I mean, it's going to be more effective, even if it takes you a couple more steps. It's going to be more effective to make it your own post as opposed to just pressing the share button. So,
Okay. So I guess I'll try it on my computer.
yeah, I know. Sorry.
Okay.
Heather.
Okay, cool. There's a few questions on here and comments. So Amanda said, one thing I learned about Facebook is to keep an eye on your other message folder. If someone who isn't your friend messages you, it doesn't always go to your inbox, and that's a super important point. I know that happens to me sometimes when I've sent someone a message and they never got it. So sometimes I'll actually just post on their page, hey, check your messages, you know, hope you're having a great day, whatever. So it is important for us to be aware that we need to be checking that, and then also to make sure that we know that someone we messaged may not be checking theirs. So let's see. Amanda asked about what do I say about Nerve. That is like the one product that I'm like not the best at sharing about. One thing I do want to tell everybody, y'all, is if y'all weren't at Super Saturday, they should be coming out with our new welcome packs here like this month. I would hope any day now. And I think it's gonna be like $17, right, Laura? And it is totally worth it.
$16.99, yes. And I can talk a little bit about Nerve too.
So like it is. These new welcome packs that they gave, well, that we purchased them, we did at Super Saturday. It has like everything that you need to know to support you as a Plexus ambassador. And one thing that I love is the Plexus product guide, and it has all the little cards in there that tells you about the different products.
Yeah.
I had a friend at work the other day. They were talking about arthritis and joint pain and turmeric, and I said, oh, yeah, you guys should really look into the Plexus Ease products. Not only does it have the turmeric, but it also has the the green lipped mussels to help with inflammation and pain. And so, and I took this out of my my purse because I had it in my purse, and I said, here, check it out. And they made a copy of it while they were at work, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to look into this. And so keep it in your, you want to get this if you weren't at Super Saturday and don't already have it. And you want to keep this little product guide in your purse so you can share with other people.
Heather, I can talk a minute about the Nerve Health real quick.
Yeah.
So my thing is, with the Nerve Health, when you're sharing that product with people, the number one thing you want to remember when you're sharing products is how does it help people you know, or how has it helped, you know, anyone. So basically, right. I mean, I have stories of how it's helped people. So basically what you tell people is it regenerates it's the only product on the market that actually regenerates your nerves naturally. And it can help people with, like, it helps my sister. She has a little bit of arthritis in her legs. So if she walks a long time, she'll actually take the loading dose of Nerve Health, which is 4 capsules. And she said within 30 minutes to an hour, her pain in her leg is actually virtually gone. So you can share that. You can also share with people that it helps people with neuropathy. People who are diabetic that suffer from neuropathy, people that have had surgeries, that have nerve damage from surgeries, any kind of neck, you know, surgeries, back surgeries, things like that. It's really good for that. Really helps with joint pain too. The Nerve Health is one of the products that people don't share enough.
I know. I'm like, I know personally, I don't.
It is an amazing, amazing product. And I recommend that you Google or that you YouTube some of the videos that people have talked about it. If you just go to YouTube and go to Plexus Nerve Health, you can pull up some videos. You can actually also search it in our health and weight loss testimonial page and find some amazing testimonies on how it's helped people. Because I really do think that it's an undersold product right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Thank you, Laura. Because yeah, I'm like, that's one that I haven't had a need for or used, you know. So
hey, Heather, this is Melanie. Sorry, I had to throw something in too. It's hard not
to
want to throw stuff in. I was just gonna say, y'all just make sure when you're, make sure you know that there's a couple things important on the products to know. One thing that I make sure, and I always tell people with Accelerator or Boost, just to throw something in, make sure if they have any heart issues or blood pressure issues, that they take those ingredients list to the doctor, because we are not doctors, and we want to make sure, because a lot of times people won't even tell you. So, people are always wanting for the quick fix weight loss. So just, make sure and check in with them with what kind of health issues they do have, so you're aware of that. And then also with the plexus, with the ease, has the green lip muscle. So if they have a shellfish allergy, be aware and ask those questions. So, we want to make sure and educate our ambassadors on that, because if they have a shellfish allergy, they shouldn't be taking ease. So just wanted to throw that in there for just a little time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no problem.
Cool deal. Let's see.
And now that we have our methylated multivitamin, that's awesome. And also they've taken out, the grapefruit
In the BioCleanse.
BioCleanse. So that's great.
Yeah.
Now the statin users can use, the BioCleanse, because now my dad can take it. So so what's great about Plexus, they're always, looking at how to improve our products, guys. So it's really awesome that they're always looking at, how to make our products even better. So just wanted to throw that in. I'll be quiet now.
No, you're good. Thank you, Melanie. That's awesome. Thank you. Yay. Did you guys have any other questions about Facebook posting and being effective with that? I hope I wasn't judgy or anything. That's not what I was going for. I was just trying to go for to encourage and inspire you guys to make posts that are effective. And so that way, it's really all about helping you guys grow your teams and your businesses. So hopefully you guys learned some tricks that you can do to help for that.
Yeah, it was amazing, Heather. It really was.
Okay.
And when I first started my business, I did not know anything about smart Facebook posting. I just posted whatever, and I was very salesy when I first started.
I was too. It's okay.
Well, thank goodness I was sharing it not just on Facebook. I was sharing it everywhere I went because I was so excited about it. But my Facebook posts were pretty salesy at first, and then I learned from Melissa, we got to start smart Facebook. This was over 2 years ago, so I'm guilty of the not smart. But I will tell you this, that if you follow Heather's guidelines on Facebook, the Facebook posting things the tips that she had for you guys, it will work. I mean, I'm telling you, I watch people post. I watch people on our team, and I will say the people that post most effectively and post with engaging posts are the ones with the highest PV and the people that are reaching out to them. So it's so important to post smart and tell your story. People, like she said, people want to know your story. They don't so much care about one of your friends or even somebody you're not friends with, their testimony. You want to throw your testimony in there a lot too. And it can be something small. One of the biggest, I was telling Heather the other day, one of the biggest testimony I ever got was how long my hair's gotten in the X Factor post. So it can be very simple, but just engage people with that. So I could talk for days about Facebook.
Yeah, no, me too.
And I think the biggest thing is, sorry, this is Melanie again.
No, you're good.
I just wanted to share that I think also just remember, guys, you've got to follow up. So not only do you need to effectively post on Facebook, but don't forget to follow up and never stop following up. So continue to grow your list, continue to follow up. Remember, it takes between, the 5th and 12th contact for people to even order from you. So just know that a lot of times you're planting seeds and then the harvest comes. So plant a lot of those, plant a lot of seeds. The more people you talk to, it's just proven, stats that you're going to be more successful. So, make sure you're following up. Continue, even if they don't respond, continue to follow up every single month until you get a firm no. And just know that it's a no, not right now, but that doesn't mean they won't be back. So I just want to keep that in mind too, because I know people can get discouraged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I keep a list of everyone who's ever contacted me. And that's one thing I think about too is, I do think it's super important to have a Frank's list and to reach out to other people. But I mean, I'll tell you that honestly have not had to do that much. And with time management, with a family and a full-time job, I have not been able to do that much. And I've been successful because of my Facebook posts. And I have people reaching out to me wanting to know more. I'm not having to reach out to them to tell them more. And so to me, that's really powerful. And that's something I want y'all to know is that you want people to be reaching out to you. And yeah, keep a list of those people and make sure to follow up with them. They reached out to you in the first place. because they're interested. They're struggling with something. And so it takes time for a lot of people to decide to go ahead and commit. But, be patient and persistent, and it will happen.
And I'm going to share some really exciting news with y'all just really quick. So I made a post. I just was very random today. And I already told Heather this. I needed to make my post for today, and I usually don't ever go a day without making my Facebook post. And it usually is fairly engaging. I try to, at least, my sister and my mom make so much fun of me because I post a lot of selfies, but I don't know. So I got in some 7-day trials in the mail, and I didn't have a plan usually I have a meeting and I'm giving them away to people and things like that. I didn't have a plan with them. So you know what? I was like, I need some customers right now. So I'm going to do just a quick post on these trial packs, 7-day trials. I'm going to hold them up and just take a picture and just whatever, whoever contacts me. And I got so discouraged because it had been an hour and nobody had said anything on the post. And all of a sudden I got 3 potentials. And then I also got somebody that reached out to me that has been wanting to do the business that I talked to about a month ago that I'd been following up with. And she finally was like, I think I'm ready to do this. So I got 3 potential customers and a potential ambassador off that one post. And so I'm saying people love that. They love freebies. They love seeing yourself. I know you think it's annoying, but some people think it's annoying, but they love seeing your selfies. They love seeing that you're holding your products up. It's engaging, and people love free stuff. And I'll probably because I'm going to keep following up with them, I'll probably get 3 new customers and an ambassador out of it. So it was a fun post. I'm glad I did it. So.
Hey, Laura, this is a question we got on the chat about if you make your Plexus post public, does that open up your personal picture albums for public view? I'm sure you could go into settings and you can probably you'd have to go into the privacy settings and play around with it and make it what you want. You
probably could make your photos private. I don't know. I don't keep it private.
I don't either. I know I'm one of those. Maybe I'm naive. I don't know, but
I think I am too. Settings on previous posts do not change. It only makes public the individual post public. Okay. Settings on previous posts do not change. Okay. So just that.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. That makes sense. Good.
Well,
and one last thing is for the ingredients list for the doctor. There's a really simple list. Laura probably has it on her team page. She's probably already uploaded it.
I do.
So you guys can use it from there, but I keep it in my phone on my Dropbox. I use my phone a lot for my business just because I'm running around 3 kids. So that's what works for me, but it's nice to have that in your Dropbox. So whenever somebody contacts you, if you're running around, you can just send it to them. Because the doctor's not going to want to read the 22-page science and ingredients document. They're not going to have time. So if you can just send that simple list with them and make sure you tell them what products they'll actually be taking, because some doctors will just say no right away just because, they think it's a weight loss, fad. They don't even really know what it is. So make sure you're describing what exact products you're thinking, like the triplex or whatever. So when they're talking to the doctor, they can tell them that. That's it.
Cool deal. All right. Any other questions, or we're good?
Let me see. Great info.
This order and decided need to add to it. Oh, you just have to go onto your back office, and you would probably just have to make a separate order, or you would have to call customer service to add to it.
You could probably call customer service first thing in the morning and add to it.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay shipping twice.
Yeah.
That's what I would recommend.
Yep. So, all right.
Great job, Heather.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, Amanda says she's unfamiliar. Oh, Amanda has a question about taking the ingredients to a doctor, and he told her no because he was unfamiliar, and have we experienced that? Yeah, I'll tell you honestly, I hear healthcare providers say all the time that, oh, Plexus, pyramid scheme, oh, blah, 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 blah. They don't know anything about it, okay? They haven't done any research. They don't know. And so, and I was skeptical myself at first, and I'm a healthcare provider. And it was something, I was a huge skeptic of the health benefits that these products could provide until I wanted to start them for weight loss. So I did. And I was like, oh, great, cool. I'm not having migraines anymore. There's something to this. I need to look into this and figure it out, and realized how amazing they are. So it's not something, honestly, we really don't get a lot of education about supplements. We do get a lot of pharmacology but not about supplements because they're not monitored by the FDA. So if you have a doctor who or healthcare provider who is resistant to you, the customer starting them, I'll tell you, it's really just because they don't know anything about it. They haven't looked into it. They haven't looked into the ingredients. They don't know what they're talking about as far as that goes. Okay. So I would just encourage them to really ask that provider to, if they could look into it more for them, and let them know if that would be a possibility. Or even get a second opinion. You can always do that from someone else. So.
And sometimes some people have taken it to their pharmacist as well because they.
Oh yeah, that's another good idea.
Another, get a lot of education with the supplements and the meds they may be on or whatever. So, just another thought.
Okay, cool.
Brenda, there is a. I think this is from Brenda. There's an ingredient science and details ingredients list on my team page. If you go to the files and you click the files on my team page, there is an ingredients list for all the products, Boost included. So yeah, you'll be able to find all that on my team page under files.
And if y'all aren't a member of plexuspowertools.com, it's really helpful and gives you a ton of documents if you're wanting more information, and it's all compliant and they keep it up to date too. And they'll give you emails and tell you when they've changed things as well. It's like $10 a year.
Cool thing.
Also, real quick, I know everything's real quick. This is going to be an hour. There is a knowledge base for our under our back office, and a lot of people don't know about it. It answers so many questions for us that a lot of people ask on the team page, and they're wondering, like, are our products GMO? Have GMO? Are they? What is it?
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free. All those questions are in our knowledge base that are accessible to us. So if y'all want to, my husband actually posted a link on my team page recently. I think he did it today. So you can click.
Yeah, that's what somebody just asked. Is that what Brad posted today?
That's what he posted today, y'all. And a lot of people don't know about it. And it answers so many questions that we have about our products are right there at our disposal. Like pretty much any question that you would have about the products. It even breaks down the products, like about the ProBio 5. Why does the ProBio 5 have yeast in it? Like there's all kinds of questions that a lot of people don't realize that, is there, but it's there that you can access. So that's it.
No, that's great. All right. Well, thank you, Laura, for hosting tonight.
You're welcome. You did awesome, Heather. Thank you so much. And I have it recorded. So anybody that you had that wanted to be on, any new ambassadors that you have that want to know about Facebook, or if you have somebody that wasn't able to be on, I recorded the whole thing. So you'll be able to, I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and I'm going to upload it to my team page. So you'll be able to access it at any time. Cool deal. Thanks, Laura. Thank y'all so much. Bye. Good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Okay.